Mutual breakup. This happens when both people come to the same understanding that the relationship is no longer working. It is usually not sudden, but built from long conversations, quiet realizations, and shared frustration. One person might say, "We need to talk," and the other already knows what's coming because the vibes have been off for weeks. It can be like two people looking at the same broken chair and just agreeing not to sit on it anymore. Even though it hurts, there's a strange calm in knowing nobody is being blindsided. One-sided breakup. This occurs when one person decides to end the relationship while the other still wants to continue. It often brings shock to the person who didn't expect it, especially if they thought everything was fine just because there were still good morning texts. It's like someone suddenly canceling a road trip while the other person is already packing snacks. The person leaving has usually been thinking about it for a while the other is stuck replaying every recent conversation, trying to find the moment it went wrong. Ghosting breakup. This is when someone disappears without explanation and stops all communication. There is no final conversation or clear ending, just silence so loud it starts feeling personal. One day you're talking normally, and the next day they act like their phone got permanently turned off for emotional reasons only. It can leave the other person checking messages like something will magically change if they refresh enough times. It's confusing because there's no closure, just an unfinished story that keeps replaying in your head. Cheating breakup. This happens when trust is broken through emotional or physical betrayal. The discovery can feel like someone just changed the entire storyline of the relationship without warning. You start remembering all the small details, and suddenly every "I was busy" sounds suspicious in hindsight. It's like watching a movie you thought was a romance, then realizing halfway through it was a plot twist documentary. Many relationships don't survive it because rebuilding trust after that feels like trying to uncrack an egg. Long-distance breakup. This occurs when physical distance slowly weakens the connection between two people. At first, it feels manageable with calls, messages, and promises like, "We'll make it work." But over time zones become enemies, and "good night" turns into "good morning" confusion. It's like loving someone through a screen while real life keeps pulling attention away. Eventually, even video calls start feeling like scheduled meetings instead of natural moments, and the gap becomes more emotional than geographical. Toxic breakup. This happens when a relationship becomes emotionally harmful for one or both people. It may involve constant arguments, jealousy, or feeling drained after every conversation. At some point, even "how are you" starts feeling like a setup for a fight. It's like living in a house where the Wi-Fi works perfectly, but the emotional signal is always dropping. Leaving becomes less about giving up on love and more about finally wanting peace and sleep without overthinking every message. Slow fade breakup. This is when a relationship ends gradually without a clear moment of separation. Replies get shorter, plans get postponed, and suddenly, "good night" becomes seen at 2:13 a.m. Nobody really says it's over. It just quietly becomes obvious. It's like watching a candle slowly go out while both people pretend it's still lighting the room. Eventually, you realize you've been holding on to a connection that already loosened its grip a while ago. Break from a break. This happens when couples temporarily separate to think about the relationship, but end up breaking up permanently. It starts with, "We just need space," which sounds simple, but usually becomes emotional chaos in disguise. One person treats it like a reset button, the other starts treating it like a soft breakup preview. It's like pausing a movie and realizing later you're not really interested in pressing play again. By the time they come back, the story doesn't feel the same anymore. External pressure breakup. This occurs when outside factors like family expectations, cultural differences, or personal circumstances force a couple apart. Even if two people care for each other, the outside noise gets too loud to ignore. It's like trying to have a quiet conversation while everyone around is yelling opinions about your life choices. Over time, the relationship gets tired from not just loving each other, but also constantly defending the fact that they love each other. Compatibility Breakup. This happens when two people realize they want different things in life. It's not dramatic most of the time, just a slow realization that paths are splitting. One person is planning a future with structure, the other is talking about moving countries or living differently every year. It's like trying to sync two playlists that just don't match the same mood anymore. No one is necessarily wrong, but continuing would mean one of them always has to shrink their future to fit the other.